Hi everybody, I am coming to you from my house in Kingston to walk you through a few things that will hopefully be helpful to you in the coming weeks, seeing as how we'll be doing all of our tutoring from the comfort and safety of our own homes. I know that this is new for a lot of people, and I want to make sure that you guys understand the tools that you have at your fingertips. I believe that we've gotten most of the logistics in terms of how we're going to do this figured out. Obviously, things can change, and we're not expecting this to go perfectly. So as things come up, be sure that you're communicating with me, Robin, Mike, letting us all know, hey, this happened in a session that I didn't kind of foresee. What can we do about this? Because we're going to have a lot of things like that. But for the purposes of this video, what I wanted to do is just kind of walk you guys through how you and a student will enter an online session through WCOnline. What we're doing is we have 3 separate subscriptions. One of those subscriptions covers Harriman, Oak Ridge, and Loudoun. Another subscription covers Cumberland and Fentress. And then the other subscription covers Campbell, Scott, Morgan, and I'm totally blanking, guys. I'm so sorry. On the 4th campus there. It'll come to me in a second. So what we're going to do is within each of these 3 subscriptions, once Monday rolls around, there will be only one schedule showing in each subscription. So if a student who normally comes to Harriman or Oak Ridge logs in, instead of seeing the options of going to the Harriman schedule or the Oak Ridge schedule, they will just see the online tutoring schedule. And this is going to hopefully streamline things. This is also going to allow us to pool our tutors, pool our resources, so that we have kind of everybody in one place. I think with the exception of Cumberland, most of our writing tutors, as we need our writing tutors, will be pulling them into the Learning Center online, because that's going to be where a lot of students are going to be going to get writing help. But for things like math and science, we are going to still be seeing a lot of students coming to WCOnline. So I have added myself in here. You can see we don't have schedules added in yet because we don't know what those schedules are going to look like yet. So this will change. But you can see here I had a student named student who set up an appointment with me. The appointment, you'll see the appointment forms look very similar. Their name will pop up here. They'll choose the time. This will be an online appointment, and then they'll enter the information that they need before saving. So I set up an appointment. Let's say that it's 3 o'clock now, a little bit before 3. I'm going in a little bit before 3 because I know sometimes we have technical difficulties. So I'm going to go ahead, log into my WCOnline, and here I have this appointment. I know it's online. It's an online appointment because 1, that's all we're doing now, and 2, it's this reddish pink color. So I'm going to click on that, and it's going to give us some information. So you'll see here that, and I think we're going to change some of the wording here. You'll see here it says start or join online consultation. This is going to be what it says for you, the tutor, and this will also be what the student sees. So you're going to click that. And that, my friends, is going to take you here to the whiteboard. And I think because I've already been playing around with this, it's not going to pop up. But usually something will pop up that says enable audio and video. And you're going to want to press yes. And that way the student can see you and can hear you. We also have this chat feature over here, so you can talk to your student that way too. And that works just like a typical chat function would in anything else. But when students first come in, they'll see these instructions, as will you. So welcome to your online consultation. Below is a brief overview of this module. For more information, click the question mark at the top right of the screen. That's going to be this right here, and this is going to show you a toolbar. I'll show you that in a second. So just to kind of show you the major parts of this. So the whiteboard, everything right here, this is all the whiteboard. And this is a place where you guys can both type, and if I type something, it's going to show up in blue. If the student types, it's going to show up in a different color, so you're going to be able to tell who is typing what. So if a student types in, hey, I have this stats question, can you help walk me through it? And you might tell the student, you know, through the audio, hey, can you copy and paste it in? When the student copies and pastes that in, it's going to show up in whatever color that student is using. So that's the whiteboard. And text chat, we've already talked about that. That's going to be right here. If for some reason your audio goes out, this is a good thing to have. Toolbar, so the icons on the left side of the toolbar allow you to work with the document's formatting. So you know, you can do things like bold, italicize, underline, if you want to strike through something and say no, this isn't correct. And then you also have things like you can create lists, you can indent or unindent. Here we have the undo, so if you do something and you're like, oh no, I messed up, you can undo, or if you undo something accidentally, you can redo it. You can also clear authorship colors, so if the colors are very distracting, you can do that. And so you might have to, yeah, if you have something and you want to be able to take those authorship colors out, you can highlight it and then press that. And then this is MathJax, and I don't know a whole lot about this. I'm an English person, but this is a place where you can go in and actually use preset symbols, so that you're not trying to, like, you know, hunt for things on your keyboard. So for those of you who are tutoring in the math classes, this will likely be very helpful for you. And so if you're typing in an equation, you can use the symbols to type in that equation and then press insert, and it'll insert it into the whiteboard. And then this is all going to be align left, center, you know, all those things. Drawing tools. So you do have the ability to, here's your little drawing tools here. So let's say I wanted to draw a little snail, which is what my daughter says is the only thing I know how to draw. But I say if you do it well. Oh, I don't know what I just did there. See, there's my little snail. Stop. See, just slowly and surely making his way across the whiteboard. So you do have those drawing tools. I'm gonna get rid of that. See, this is the part that confuses me, is I can never remember how to get rid of it. Okay, audio and video. So obviously we have the audio and video enabled here. If you have any problems with that, you can click on the camera icon. Sometimes that'll help the other person who's in the session to see you. And we have some things like you can make that bigger. So let's say I was drawing something and I wanted to hold it up. I could do that. This is going to allow you to disable video, and this will allow you to mute if for some reason you needed to mute. So my dog is in here right now. I don't know if you can see him. Damn, he's right there. And so if he started barking in the middle of a tutoring session, I might want to mute that. And then after the session, you do have, one of the nice things is all of this is saved for you and for the student. So the chat transcript is saved, and also the student can always come back to that appointment and they can review their appointment. So there's some help up here, and I'm going to send you guys this separately. But if you guys are in the middle of a session and you get stuck on something and you're like, oh no, I don't know what to do, you can press this question mark right here, and it actually takes you to WCOnline's, they call it their synchronous online meetings, and you can, do a quick search if you want to find something. But it also gives you like a list of things, and these are the chapters that are pertinent to what you're doing. I don't know what the start is. Save revisions. Okay, so if you're making changes here in the whiteboard. Another thing to note about the whiteboard, one thing I want to know how to do is to turn this drawing tool off. Stop it. Okay, will that work? Will that? Okay, so let's say I wanted to just delete all this once we've gone through that. Let's say the student has like digital access to something that they want to show you. They can copy and paste it into this whiteboard, and so you guys can both see that. So that's nice too. So this is actually, hello snail. I'll have to play around with this a little bit. No, stop. No. Clear drawing. Yes. Sorry, snail. I'll have to play around with that a little bit more to figure out what goes on there. Something else that we're going to be doing to kind of support you guys as you are doing your online tutoring. We recognize that there are some limitations to this, and it may be cumbersome. There could be some moments where you're just like, oh, this isn't working. For all of those who we think might need it, we are going to set up an individual Zoom room. And so a Zoom room, this is my Zoom account. A Zoom room is going to have a stable URL that you'll each get. So this is one that I set up for my online tutoring just now. So let's say you should keep that URL with you. It's going to be kind of an open-ended URL. Keep it with you as you're tutoring. And if you feel like, hey, maybe you have like an IPVO. Some of you are going to have an IPVO, which is like a projector, and maybe that's going to work better with Zoom. Or maybe you feel like being able to share your screen, which is something that you can do with Zoom. Maybe that's going to be helpful. There are all kinds of things that Zoom can do that the WCOnline whiteboard functions cannot do. And that's why we're going to give each of you a Zoom account. So this is a good starting place. If this doesn't work, my suggestion is to copy and paste your Zoom room in and say, I think we might get more done in this other virtual space or something like that. If I could spell virtual. Follow this link to my Zoom room. The student shouldn't have to have anything downloaded to open the Zoom room. They should be able to just enter it. So, and then that should open Zoom. Launch your Zoom room. And since I'm in there by myself, it's probably not going to join with computer and audio. I don't know. Okay. And then I need to start video down here in the, right here. Oh, it's not going to let me start video because I'm actually recording a video right now, guys. So normally it will let you start the video, but my video is in use, so that's why I won't. But normally it would just pop up and it would show kind of just you reflected back at yourself. I can do another one of these on Zoom if you guys feel like you need it to, but there are a lot of cool things you can do. You can share your screen. There's a chat function here too, so that is another that's another thing that we're gonna kind of a resource that we're hoping to give you guys. I think that's all I have for now. I'm going to upload this and send it out, and please feel free to send me questions, anything you think I missed. I'm also going to send out one more video because I know that one of the challenges that we have with WCOnline is students unable to access their accounts because they've either forgotten their password, or I'm thinking more likely the system is just doing something to their passwords. So as basic administrators, you can all actually change passwords. So I'm going to just send out a really short video here in a little bit and show you guys how to do that. In the meantime, happy quarantining.